Well, I always find it those type of characters the most interesting, where you kind of sometimes you even think that they might be an archetype or but then once you get to know them, you discover a new side to them, and it makes you kind of lean in a bit and engage a bit more, and I was really intrigued reading it. I thought Ray was such a fascinating character. He's so enigmatic, and you don't really know anything about him. You don't really find anything out throughout the film. So that was like a challenge that I thought could be quite interesting to try to make that. You obviously don't want to play it like flat either. Yeah. You need to instill life into it, and he is very dominant, and I think Harry Lighton, the writer-director, balanced it nicely, because I think the scene with the parents sums it up when there's that confrontation between Colin's mother and Ray. Yeah. Because I can see both sides there. I can totally see where she's coming from, but I can also defend Ray and where Ray's standing in this. So and that created a lot of an interesting dynamic. And I think it gave all the characters depth, and it's been interesting talking to people after the screenings and how people interpret that, and the whole relationship, like how they see the different characters. So yeah, it's all credit to Harry Lighton, who wrote the screenplay, because he gave us a lot to play with.
You never been with a biker then?
Biker, no.
What am I gonna do with you?
It's always great when you get a role that starts somewhere and then, without giving anything away, you end up in a very different place. It's always very exciting to play those roles. And that's very true of Colin. You know, we meet him, he's very inexperienced, he's very shy, he's very lonely, he's optimistic about life and what he wants. And by the end of the movie, he becomes, you know, he's journeyed, he's become something else. And that is... and by the end of it, he's somewhere else, and that's a fantastic journey to go on. And
causing all sorts of distractions. She's great.
She's wonderful. She's so good in the film.
Yeah.
It's
Sorry, we're getting distracted.
Did you kiss? I don't think that is any of your business.
Yeah, I mean, the book is very different. It has, I think, the same kind of DNA, which is shifts in tone between the heartfelt and the comedic. But I think that actually I wouldn't separate the sex scenes from the heartfelt. I think there's a lot of heart in the sex scenes, and a lot of Colin's kind of narrative is put into those sex scenes. So I knew I wanted to have a kind of tonal cocktail, but I didn't actually think about it in terms of sex and then the other scenes.
Yeah. That's your boyfriend.
Well, we have an arrangement.
How do you get a man like that?
I have an aptitude for devotion.
If you're quiet, you can sleep on the rug.
The rug.
When are we going to get to meet this Ray of yours, then?
I was wondering if you might want to come have dinner with my parents sometime.
I don't think that's a very good idea.
Oh, the whole day. It was a whole day on a football pitch, basically. And we had a bunch of essays that were playing football all day, and they were well into it. There were a bunch of Harry's friends, actually. I think he had his brother come along and play football. It was just a really nice set to be on. They'd also done a lot of the hard work in the main shoot, and then we came back to do a day's work, and so it was a much more relaxed kind of set. Usually first days are quite nerve-wracking because you have to find a rhythm quite quickly, and I only had one day to sort of nail it, hopefully I did, but it was just a pleasant day in general.
I was wondering if maybe I could sleep in your bed. Not every day, I wouldn't want that.
You guys look really good together.
Thank you.
Colin, if you're not happy...
No, I'm happy. I can just maybe be a bit happier.
I knew they'd gone a long way away, because I had phone calls where they said,
you know your 18-year-old narrator, he's 35 now, and you think, okay, and he's living at home, because that's different. When you're 18 and living with your parents, that's one thing.
Yeah.
And when they said, and the Ray character doesn't die, and think, okay. So I was waiting for a phone call that said, great news, we've got Olivia Colman to play the gay biker. I thought, what is left? Because I didn't think how they could get where they wanted to go with what they changed. But they do. It's a completely different story. I really like the ending. I didn't know how they were going to get there, but they got a really interesting place, I think.
I love you, right? It's not what this is.